Hello, all my dear friends around the world. This is Maxine Taylor, and I want to welcome you to my monthly full moon ceremony. We are going to do a different kind of full moon ceremony tonight because there's so much going on, and so many of you are so talented that it is time for us to have an initiation to your next step. And when I used to do this in person, we would have something like, 50, 60 people at the ceremony, and it was magnificent. Normally, we burn our lists of what we want. You already know what you want. And so what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to go through the different houses of the zodiac and explain where the full moon falls, okay? That way, you will have the energy of the full moon. Now, remember, on the full moon, things come to a head. What a perfect time for your own personal initiation. And no matter where you are, you can do this. You can do this anytime you feel the need, in fact. So we're not going to burn our lists tonight. If you choose to do that, of course, do it. And what I'm going to do is, it can be life transforming. If you are ready, it certainly can be. So let's just talk about the full moon and where it's falling, all right, in your solar chart. The full moon is tomorrow, March 7th, in 16 degrees, 40 minutes of Virgo, which is details, okay? And so things come to a head on the full moon. It's absolutely marvelous. What you do is you put out the thought of what you want. And first, I'm going to give you the house positions, the solar positions of this full moon, so that you can start envisioning it. Okay, let's start with Virgo, since the full moon is in Virgo. This is your turn. This is your time to do what you want, when you want, how you want, because you want. It's that simple. Libra, this is your time to pull back and retreat and spend time alone with your innermost self. Scorpio, this is your time, this is your full moon to be a friend to all, to create your own hopes and wishes and have them fulfilled. And your humanitarian side is very strong right now. Sagittarius, move upward in your career. Take the lead slot. Spread your wings and soar and apply it to your work, to your career, to the world's vision of you. Capricorn, stand back and see the big picture, because this big picture shows you opportunities you didn't know you had before. Aquarius, you are a psychic detective right now, and you're looking beneath the surface at what can actually go on. It is a very transformational time for you. Pisces, this is the time to interact with other people, to see what you can do to help them and they help you. Aries, this is the time to serve in your job, at work, and to be of service. Taurus, this is the time to have fun, either with your children or just in general. Be creative, enjoy yourself. And this might be a time to take your social life and your kids' social lives, and depending on the age of the child, of course, combine them. Gemini, this is the time that home and family and your nest are activated. The nurturing parent is activated, and your Geminian sides, the two sides of you, activated in and around the home. Cancerians, you've got terrific ideas. Share them with other people. And last but not least, Leo, focus on your money, because you can create a whole bunch of it right now. Now, normally we do a great many things. We burn our lists. We do right hand, left hand. When we do an initiation, we take a step forward. Okay. And I'm going to preface our initiation by explaining why I'm doing it with you now. Some of you may remember a month or two ago, I shared something that blew me away. And that was that I was driving along in a state of love, because we create in love. And I started getting a headache. And I didn't want that headache. And I said, I declare, no, I'm not accepting this headache. It went away instantly. And I thought, holy cow. So I picked up on any issue in my body. I tried to find something, and I found a couple. And I said, these are my symptoms, and I declare them null and void. I forget what it was, but the universe knew. I was saying, I'm not doing this. And they all went away. Well, I was driving at the time, and I don't suggest you undergo a transformation when you're driving, because there are innocent pedestrians out there, and other drivers. But I realized that this is what we call instant karma. And I thought, it's really true. And the words I got from God were, you're already where you want to be. Accept it. And it blew me away. It literally, I just couldn't believe it. Okay. Yesterday or the day before, recently, I subscribed to Abraham Hicks, and just a day or so ago, I read something that they had, that Esther Hicks had posted, that really spoke to me, because I've been looking at this instant karma thing. And I know that some of you know exactly what I'm talking about, because you have experienced it. And you say, how do I get it back? Very simply, you put your hand on your heart, you move into a state of love, you let go of all blocks to it, all resistance to it. Some of you are afraid not of failure, but of success. That was always my thing. And fortunately, it didn't stop me. So I'm going to read you, it's very short. I'm going to read you what Abraham Hicks says, because it is time for your next initiation. The more you are in vibrational sync with who you really are, then the more you are allowing only those things that you're wanting, and the less resistance there is. And the less resistance there is, then the less delay between the idea of the thought and the receiving of it. That explained it perfectly. When you are in a state of loving receptivity and you ask for something, just duck, because there is instant karma. You know, we say, oh, there's always a time lag between what you ask for and when it arrives. And that may still obviously be, you know, what's so. And what they're saying is that as long as you are in a state of love and you're asking for what you really want from a place of love, just accept that it is who you are or that you have it. And again, don't do this when you're driving. So what I'd love you to do, if you're by yourself, you can do this alone. If you're with a group of people, you can form a circle and hold hands. This is what I used to do when I was doing my full moon ceremonies at a local bookstore. And there were 50, 60, 70 people there. And all we did was step forward into a new level of understanding, a new level of receiving, a new level of love, whatever we want. This opens the door. And so you don't have to run around the block. You don't have to take a giant leap. All you're going to do is change your location, even by a couple of inches. Okay, you ready? Just go inside. If you want to put your hand on your heart, that would be beautiful. And say, either out loud or silently, I accept and I move forward in this, my initiation, and take a step forward. And just be. And if you start the day in this loving space, just hang on to it. If something punches your button and you come out of it, don't beat yourself up. Just put your hand on your heart and go back into it. Now, thank you all for joining me tonight. I always love doing my ceremonies with you. We haven't had an initiation in a long time. And let's see our leaders move into their own initiation in their own way. In other words, move up a step, move forward a step into unification and cooperation. And particularly those who may not have ever experienced it. And so I hope you'll join me next month when once again we do a full moon ceremony. Until then, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours. Bye for now.